Hi, my name is Kimberly Roberson, and I am going to talk to you about the Human Resources Management for Nestle Toll House Cafe. Okay, on the first slide, Nestle Toll House Cafe is a franchise founded by Zayed Diallo and his partner in 2001. They started Crest Foods and with doing business as Nestle Toll House in Dallas, Texas. Their challenge is to develop cookie stores across the United States to compete with Mrs. Fields' famous cookies. The menu consists of items such as cookies, paninis, brownies, ice cream, milkshakes. The majority of the malls are located in shopping malls, and your initial franchise fee is $30,000. Liquid cash requirement is $100,000. Your initial investment would be $150,000 to $526,000, depending on the locations. Number of employees required to run the franchise is 6 to 10 employees. Okay, and in human resource management in the organizations, what we found on their human resource function was that it's based on 3 dedicated areas which provide specialized services. Center of expertise deploy HR strategies within a specific business partners, and they have employee services. I discovered and liked that Nestle encourages good work-life balance for employees. It's important for mothers to be home with their children when they're sick, and being able to work remotely helps out greatly, especially if you have a sick kid, maybe who has the chicken pox, who has to be out for a week, or the flu. But you're still able to care for your children and do the work. So it's great when work allows you to work from home. I think they should encourage that. Let's see. Human resource, being able to identify the plan, their strategic plan. They have Nestle has a recruiting process that hires based on personality and skills. It's very important for Nestle to have someone that fits with the personality that matches the current team. These cafes deal with the public, so your personality is very, very important for business. If you give someone a bad, leave them with a bad taste in their mouth, they might not come back, and then they talk to other people who will avoid business in your business. No one will want to come into your restaurant. So being able to have a personality skills test when you're interviewing will help out a lot. They have major laws that could impact Nestle Toll House Cafe. They have sexual harassment, language issues, and Disability Act. Because you can require only English only at Nestle if you have a valid reason, such as customer care, because the majority of the people coming into the business, we are in America, so being able to talk English is very important. Based on the location, they might have to hire maybe Spanish speakers or maybe Asian, so they can speak with the people from the Asian market. Let's see. The challenges that Nestle Toll House might have in the workforce diversity is their mission is to continuously find, develop, keep, and challenge people from diverse backgrounds. I discovered that Nestle programs like the Parent Support Policy, for example, and they're designed to support all families and working parents by offering 14 weeks of paid leave for new parents. The policy is applicable to all primary caregivers of newborns, including same-sex partners, male employees, and or adoptive parents. This is great because I think that both parents should be able to stay home with their children and have a good impact while they're little. The primary positions for which Nestle Toll House Cafe recruits is their crew staff and the barista. Reading the reviews, most people like their jobs at this company because they are very flexible with time off. This would be a great job for a student or someone wanting to work part-time because they are so flexible. The competitors for Nestle Toll House, that would be Nestle Toll House. Starbucks would be one of them because they do have baristas that serve coffee, different types of coffee, and it's gourmet coffee. They can take advantage as they have fresh pastries. Instead of at Starbucks, they come in a wrapper and they're frozen. They just thaw out. So being gourmet, it's great and it tastes fresh. Nestle should keep bringing in the fresh food as people don't like eating frozen microwave sandwiches, like I said. Let's see, individual. I would like to make the effort to effectively manage the employees to help them develop their skills and capabilities in order to retain them. They like to cross-train employees, which is great because if you only have certain employees that have the skill set, and if they leave, then you are starting from scratch, and then the customer could be impacted because someone is new, learning a new skill. If everyone in the office is able to cross-train and knows everybody's job, if someone's out sick, business can run smoothly. So it's very important, I think, that all businesses should cross-train employees. The most effective recruitment method for Nestle Toll House is researching online. I believe that majority of people looking for jobs search online. So if they posted on LinkedIn or Indeed, they would be able to come up with a lot of candidates. Also, they do screening for resumes, so you're not just searching through thousands of resumes. You can limit exactly what you're looking for. The most appropriate type of interview for Nestle Toll House would be a behavior interview because you are, in this industry, it would be a face-to-face job, so you are communicating with customers. You need to be able to handle escalations and conflicts. So if in your beginning have a behavior interview, you'll know how people handle different situations. You can give them the possibilities of what's going to happen, give them the scenario, and listen to how they would handle it or how they've handled it in the past, or if they've learned from situations that they've had to do in the past and they're willing to change. This is interview questions for this type of job. I would say, tell me about a stressful situation at work and how you handled it. Have you ever had to convince your team to do a job they were reluctant to do? Or tell me about a difficult work challenge you've had. Tell me about a time when you've had to adapt to big changes at work. This can tell a lot about about an employee. The types of screenings that we would have, I would have every employee take a personality test and honesty, because if they answer the certain questions in certain ways, if you don't want to just rely on the test, what you can do is go ahead and let them take the personality test and then go over the answers that were questionable, because sometimes they might have misunderstood the question. You can also have mock conversations with the customers. That way you'll know how they can handle it, and you can pretty much know whether they can be trained and changed or not. I believe that the training, there would be developmental needs for employees would be communication and the time management, because customers come into this industry, they expect things with a snap of a finger. They don't want to wait for you to go and make them a coffee and get them a cookie. Especially when it's in the mall, they want to get back to shopping. Let's see. The management development that I think would be best from Nestle Toll House would be to have management develop, because it's important to businesses who want to take a proactive approach to growth. Employees need visibility into the connection between what they do every day and how that contributes to the overall business objectives. Nestle career planning and development will apply to the employees as a continual process of managing. You learn leisure and work to progress through your life. Identify needs, aspiration, opportunities for individuals to help support employees' careers. The efficient policy and practice improve the organization's ability to attract and retain highly skilled and talented employees. If I was in charge of the human resource department of Nestle, I would focus on keeping the workplace free of known health and safety hazards. If you keep them clean and tidy and minimize injury, it will minimize injuries, which result in slips and trips, and then your workers' comp fees go up higher. So you want to keep all those accidents down to 0. Employee relations offer consultation, facilitation, and resolution strategies in the workplace issue. I'd get to know the team on an individual level and keep communication channels always open and ask for their opinion. Make everybody feel important. I think that's very, very important in business. My expectations of employees would be to arrive to work on time. Especially in this industry, you might need to relieve someone from their shift, and you need to start be there and be ready to start on time because you might have customers online. Expect to be honest and conduct yourself professionally and to dress appropriately for the position. And especially when you're dealing with the public, it's very important. And I know that we had this employee, Nestle Toll House. It was a very good company, and it would be great to manage one or have a franchise. This concludes my video, and I hope you have a great day, and you've been a great teacher. Thank you for being very passionate and keeping me going. I appreciate it.